Welcome to this week's episode of Tiger Review. We're going to start off, as always, with the scoreboard. Talk about some volleyball, Blair.
We had a great week. We had some great wins, and we did pretty well in the Mayor's Cup. What did we do? Finish semifinalists?
I'm not sure on where we finished, but we were 3-3. We did have some key losses, and we're going to keep getting better. But yes, those 3 wins are also great as well, with all the competition there at the Mayor's Cup. And then swimming, they had a little preseason get in the pool at the September Splash Swim Meet. And several of the swimmers qualified for sectionals, which is very good this early in the season. So we're really extremely proud of Coach Schomburg's led swim team, doing some great coaching over there. And moving to the next section, who's our Tiger of the Week, Blair?
This week's Tiger of the Week is Eloise Wooten. She had a tremendous week during volleyball. She had 75 assists, 178 attempted assists, and 18 digs. That is some great stats.
And we're happy to announce that a new section at the end of the month will have all the Tiger Week of the Weeks on to kind of talk about their respective sports and their respective performances, which we're super excited for.
Welcome back to everybody's favorite segment, Coach's Corner. Today we have the notorious cross-country coach,
Daniel.
He's been leading this cross-country team to a hot streak, and they just keep winning, which is great. We have a couple questions for him today. Our first question is going to be, how do you as a coach anticipate the team doing this year?
Well, that's a great question. We lost a lot of people from last year, a lot of seniors, especially on the boys' side of things, where the boys finished 3rd at state. This year, I think we're going to do pretty well. I think both teams have a good outlook at making state. I would hope for 2 at least top 10 finishes from the boys and the girls this year.
That's awesome. Now, for our next question, who would you say is the most important tradition or coaching that you would give your team?
The most important thing I think I try to tell my team is in running, especially distance running, a lot of what we do is mental. So you're gonna have the physical aspect that you train for and you prepare for by going out and running. But really the part that really sets us apart is that ability to push through when things get tough and be able to be willing to kind of hurt more than the other team, because the pain is going to come. It's just a matter of how much are you willing to make it hurt to be better than the person next to you.
Be strong. All right, for our next question, what's your favorite your favorite meet to go to and why?
I think a lot of runners on the team might expect that I would say Jesse Owens, which is a huge meet up in the middle of nowhere, Alabama. There's thousands of runners that come from multiple states. There's 10 states sometimes, as many as 10 states that come. But my favorite meet that we go to is one in Bremen, Alabama at Cold Springs High School, a little 2A school. It is just a little country school out in the middle of nowhere. It's got a great atmosphere. They've got really good runners. In fact, they have the fastest runner in the state right now. He runs a 14:45 5K. So it's just a really fun place to be and enjoy some of the great countryside.
All right, for our next question, what is the best story you have about cross-country?
The best story? I think my favorite story from cross-country was actually in my very first year coaching cross-country. Seba Bakayema was on that 2019 team, and he had worked really hard, struggled for a lot of years to really kind of get himself up to that next level. And he ended up winning the whole race, which is the first lamp runner to ever win that race. And it ended up being a very strong season for him overall.
Big moment.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food to eat before a race?
Right before the race, not a ton of eating going on. We got a little intestinal issues if we have too much food right before we run. But I do think the day before, it's good to have a good meal. Our tradition as a team is we go to Cracker Barrel the night before on away meets to get that good country cooking in before we're going and run. A lot of runners will say some Italian food, some pasta or something a day or two before to get that carb load in. So any of those two things I think are good choices.
Sounds yummy. How do you feel about having such a young team this year?
I think it really gives us a lot of opportunity. I think this year is a great opportunity to kind of set ourselves up in a really good position, really compete well, but then have all of the people return the next year. We really make a lot of strides in the 2024 season at going after one of those state titles.
All right, for our last question today, after losing so many people, did you change your coaching style at all?
Yeah, I don't think I changed too much of my style. We did lose a lot of leadership, which always makes a bit of a change in the makeup of the team and the way leadership kind of falls out. We've had a good group of underclassmen that kind of have risen up now into some roles. And even though we have on our team 3 of our top 5 boys are freshmen and 7, I think, of our top 10 girls are 9th graders or below, I think that really kind of lets us have a lot of consistency in the future and really maybe a lot of years of sustained success.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. We run.
Fast.
All right, so this week for Full Court with Fiedler, I have the other volleyball captain, Kayden, Callahan. I'm just going to ask you a couple questions to update us on the volleyball season. How do you feel about leading a team with such a successful history?
I'm very proud to be leading this team. It's like an honor, and I think we can make it really far this season. So, yeah.
So, I mean, as captains, how do you and Jayden lead within the team?
We pretty much do like everything. We come up with drills for practice. We're very encouraging for all of our teammates. Like, we give them constructive criticism, like all of the above.
Awesome. So has Tiger Nation lived up to your expectations?
Y'all did the first game, but since then it's been like way downhill. So y'all need to show up to games.
So how do you think the team has improved on the court this season?
We have a lot of chemistry, more chemistry than I think we've ever had. That helps, like, pass to our setters, put the ball down, like all that.
So what upcoming game looks like a gauge of your performance this season?
I would definitely say Brutech. We're about even with them. We've played them twice, I think, this season, and we've done very well against them. So, yeah.
Yeah, they are our rivals. That's going to be an exciting game. What is your favorite moment from your career?
It would definitely be my sophomore year at regionals when we had the huge student section and Mr. Monson, let everyone come and support us. And, I still have the picture from it, and it was just, amazing. It was so fun.
So as a student athlete, many people are concerned, how do you manage playing two sports and schoolwork?
I kind of just do my schoolwork when I can. I definitely communicate with my teachers and let them know, the stress level that I'm at and, if they can, give me any extensions, anything like that to kind of help that out.
And then this is the last question. I asked Jayden this question, and she had a good prediction. How do you feel the team is going to fare this season?
We're going to state. I think we can win state if we really practice hard, develop an even deeper connection. So we're going to state.
So we're excited to have Kayden Callahan for Full Court with Fiedler this week, and we're thankful for all of your responses.
Thanks. Go Tigers.
So today we have our giveaway winner.
Jayden Jovan Morgan.
How did you win this week's giveaway, Jayden?
You see, I went to a volleyball game. I wasn't expecting to win. I didn't even know we was going to have a giveaway.
You chose the interview, so you get to ask me and Will questions.
For my first question, I'm going to keep it simple.
Okay.
Who's your favorite student athlete?
Blair, you want to go first on that one?
You got it.
All right. So my favorite student athlete is got to be Ezekiel Griffin. He's rising junior. I'm super excited to watch him in basketball this year and the impact that he's going to make having a bigger role. So I'm super excited for that.
My favorite student athlete has to be Schmo, also known as Oliver Blackburn. You may not be able to recognize him with the new haircut, but he's here, and he's one in a million.
Another question. What do you think of the basketball team this year?
So as a basketball manager, I'm really involved in basketball. We lost a lot of seniors, so I know that that's going to be an adjustment. Obviously, varsity has filled those spots. I think Smith's going to have a really good year. I think Matthias is going to have a good year. Really, the entire starting five is going to have a good year. There's going to be a lot of playing time for that, so we got to avoid some foul trouble. But I'm super excited, and I think that this team could go as far as last year's team, if not farther.
I think this team is going to be pretty good. I've seen they have a lot of chemistry, and they're all just like one on the court.
So, Will, you've been here for a while, right?
It's my fourth year, yeah.
So, what's your favorite memory?
My favorite memory from LAMP would probably be my freshman year. It would be volleyball state championship. It was incredible having the whole student body there, and just we had painted people. It was amazing. We all got out of school. We all went to Birmingham, and it was just an incredible experience to be around my fellow classmates outside of the school, just with all of the fun and just getting to watch the Lady Tigers show the excellence that LAMP has.
What do you think, Blair?
I've kind of backvoted off that, and I remember when we also went, as my freshman year, we went up to Hoover and Crampton Bowl for the volleyball state champ, and it was elite. It was a great group of guys and girls.
And for your last question, what do you think of the school lunch?
The school lunch. I mean, it's pretty yummy sometimes. Miss Johnny be cooking it up back there. Personally, my favorite has got to be probably the Crispitos.
That's a good choice, Blair. But, yeah, Miss Johnny, near and dear to my heart. I love me some Miss Johnny. She has some great food. My favorite lunch, most likely, is going to be her chicken wings. For some reason this year, they've been insane. So definitely excited to have those back again, and I'm really excited for just Miss Johnny's food in general. You know, I don't get to eat lunch very often because of Tiger Review, but when I do, I'm super excited for Miss Johnny's food.
Thank you, Jayden.
So it's time to conclude this week's episode of Tiger Review. As always, we're looking ahead for next week's episode. We'll be able to review the volleyball games. Varsity and JV has a lot of games this upcoming week and weekend. Gonna be a lot to review, a lot to talk about, maybe some key impact players. And then they also are returning home for a stretch next week. They'll be playing Pike Road, Auburn, and Brutech. So make sure you come support the Lady Tigers and show that home Lamp Nation spirit. And then there's some cross country this weekend in there, Blair.
Yes, there's going to be a cross-country meet this Saturday in Montevallo. Try to go out and support. If you can't, that's okay.
Some announcements.
And with the volleyball games coming up next week, please do purchase your season pass. I know you guys know about them, but you aren't buying them. It's only $50, and you can get into all Lamp home games. I promise you it's worth the deal, and you need to pick that up while you still can.
And then also we have the athletic golf tournament coming up. A lot of key things in the athletic program are paid for by that, like this program and all the different teams. Make sure you support that. If you're an athlete, $200 an athlete is kind of the goal. And then if you have any corporate sponsors, please let your coach know so that we can get that in the works. And then lastly, we want to follow our socials. We have this YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. And we also have an Instagram. The Instagram is Lamp Athletics. Make sure you give it a follow, like our post. There's so much information for sports on there, and I want you to make sure that you have the game day information and all of that so that Lamp Nation is strong. And as always, stay golden, Tigers.
That was lit.